and this is not like promotion or anything, but I realize it's gonna sound like that. The Steam Summer Sale is going on now through July 11th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and you can get all the Riot Forge titles 50% off. Bandle Tale, Convergence, Hextech Mayhem, The Mage Seeker, Runed King, Song of Nunu, every single one 50% off right now. And
Dude, I'm amazed
all of
they did
them
not miss with any of those games. They're all hits, every
Yeah.
single one of them.
I really feel like, I mean, Hextech Mayhem, I haven't played enough of it because it's very much a mobile game, but
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, every single one of the other ones is amazing and worth a playthrough. I realize I talk about Rune King and how I don't like the Viego stuff in there, or Song of Nunu where I don't like that they go down to the Howling Abyss, but both of them as standalone games, 10 out of 10. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Runeterra fan. Like, I play a ton of games, Hollow Knight, Subnautica, you name it. All these games are great.
No, yeah, I'm a really big fan of the people who made Song of Nunu. Tequila Works. They made Rhyme.
Yeah,
and I
Song of Nunu is
love
so
Rhyme.
good.
I'm a big fan of that game. Yeah, and they hit,
Yeah, me
like,
too.
they hit the mark with Song of Nunu. Like they do not miss either. Tequila Works has always been great. So
Yep.
I was super happy when I heard Riot recruited them, and man, oh man, they put out a very good game with Song of Nunu.
Yeah, and then Mage Seeker, I knew who made that. I think it was Digital Sun. And they had made another game that I really loved, Moonlighter. If you never played Moonlighter, which is the only other game that I know from them, I don't know if they made any other games, but Moonlighter is one of my favorite games as well. And that's from the people who made Mage Seeker. Everyone who really got onto these games was already, like, for some reason I was already a fan of them. What was it? Convergence
Yeah,
was
Riot
made by...
definitely knew what they were doing.
Yeah, Double Stallion. I didn't hear about them before Convergence, but another great game. Bandle Tale, I think, was made by someone that I knew. Wasn't it? Oh no, Lazy Bear Games. Yeah, I've never heard of them either before that, but all of them
Yeah, like
hits.
Riot did their
Highly
research.
recommend it.
Yeah.
If you're like a Stardew Valley fan, Bandle Tale, you'll love it. If you're a Hollow Knight fan, Convergence. Mage Seeker is kind of a different vibe. If you've ever played Moonlighter, you're gonna like that. Turn-based RPG,
Oh, yeah, it's a
RPG is
roguelite,
Rune
isn't
King. Mage Seeker, yeah, roguelite, but it's like
Yeah.
top-down roguelite. The only other one I know like that is Moonlighter, but maybe there are others.
There
And then
definitely
Rune
are.
King is a
Hades
turn-based
one, too. You
RPG.
played Hades.
Oh yeah, Hades. What the heck? I freaking love Hades. They're coming out with Hades
So
too.
honestly, I was like, dude, there's a lot of them out there right now. Actually, they're very popular. Binding of Isaac, it was like the
Yeah.
trendsetter for it. There's a lot of good.
And then
ones out
Song of Nunu, you got to relate that back to ukulele. If you've never played ukulele, that's another one that I
Ukulele?
would easily
I mean,
like
there. Wow.
say is amazing.
Fair enough, dude. Yo, it's a hot take these days. People do not like ukulele, but I loved it. It was so good. Oh my God.
What kind of sick
But-
of person would not like ukulele?
Dude, the Banjo-Kazooie fans. As a Banjo-Kazooie fan, I can't let people do not like ukulele. It's crazy.
If you're a Banjo-Kazooie fan and you don't like ukulele, that's like the original, you know, the original Star Wars, the first three.
Yeah.
Not like the first three in order, but the original ones with the Death Star and Darth Vader and all that. They're a fan of
the
that,
original
but they
trilogy.
didn't like the prequels with Anakin Skywalker and stuff. And I feel like that the only way you didn't like those ones, the prequels, and liking the originals, the first three that were set in like after Darth Vader, is just because you wanted to be special. And I feel like if you like Banjo Kazooie and you don't like ukulele, like you just want to be like, oh, I only like the original stuff. Because ukulele
it's
is a
definitely
great
nostalgia. For sure.
Banjo
But yeah, I
Kazooie
love
style
it.
game.
Dude, they're coming out with like a updated version of it, like new content, updated graphics and stuff. I'm honestly probably gonna
No
get it
way.
just to play through ukulele again. Yeah, I think
I mean,
it's
I'll
called
get
like
it
Yuka
too.
Replay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get that game.
Really?
Yeah, easy.
As long as they don't call it Reforged, it should be good.
the
Moonlight
cursed,
Reforged.
the cursed Reforged. Oh my god, dude.
And-
But yeah,
and
so
that
Song
might
of
be the
Nunu,
greatest
yeah,
segue.
freaking great game.
Oh, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
honestly.
It'll still
I
be
don't know,
a
I
good
was just saying,
segue.
like, Song of Nunu, freaking great game. Because yeah, like if you like games like Rhyme or Ico, Ico's one of my favorite game of all time. Easy #1 game for me.
Oh yeah.
Or even like the Legend of Zelda series. If you're into that,
Nah,
like
I'm
it's
playing
that
the new
kind
Breath
of
of the
a
Wild.
third-person adventure game. I honestly, dude, I never felt Breath of the Wild. That I could talk for hours about how I feel about Breath of the Wild. I was never a fan. As someone who's a huge fan of the
mixed
Zelda
bag.
series. Yeah. It was just very different. They broke the mold, and you either like it or you
It
don't.
is very different from the originals.
Yeah.
Like
very,
obviously
very.
Ocarina of Time and the Wind Waker are two of the best ever made, and I feel like it's tough to. Those are like mainstays
Oh
that's
my
tough
God,
to
Wind
beat. Like
Waker.
those change the gaming genre altogether. Like those are kind of those titles,
Ocarina
those
of Time
dramatic of
especially,
titles.
yeah,
So it's
really changed the
yeah, it's
whole.
tough to like compare those. So because they're in within the Legend of Zelda space, you had to take yourself away from that and say, okay, I'm looking at this game as a separate game within the Legend of Zelda, but by itself. And by itself, I think it's a great game. But yeah, like Wind
Yeah,
Waker is
that's
definitely
fair.
better than
My
both of them.
opinions mostly just come from like, yeah, these dungeons are weak as hell. Like I do not care for them. I miss
Yeah,
having
the
like
dungeons
20
are
different items
soft.
by the end, you know, and knowing how to use all the items together, and it was very like satisfying. But yeah, it's definitely just for me. It was like I'd rather just have a traditional new 3D Zelda game. I think that's where
That's
most of
fair.
my like I'm not into this game comes from. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. You were expecting
Hot take.
something and you didn't get it. If you go in without the expectation, I think it's a good game. But if you try to like compare it to the original, the other Legends of Zelda games, yeah, it will fall short for you.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. It does not stand with the rest, that's for sure.